I don't know how I feel about this outfit. I think it looks pretty good. What do you think? So we are continuing the budget series. This time, I saw a comment and they were like, do this minigame, I guess. And I was like, oh my goodness, that is the true definition of like a budget minigame or a budget boss. So Barrows, this time around, is very budget because you can literally do it with like, I don't know, 50k. And it's like one of the lowest level bossing experiences you're ever gonna do. So that's what we're doing this video. Now I may have only just started recording, but I've been sat here for 3 or 4 hours researching how to do this because, so if you're new to this series, what we do is we have 3 budgets, 100k, 5 mil and 10 mil, except this time I'm changing it up a little bit, but I'll explain that later. So I pull out that budget and buy gear, supplies, and try to do the boss for as long as possible and try to make as much profit with that gear setup. I then compare the gear setups and just give my thoughts about it and stuff. Yeah, and you know that one time where we got, oh wait, hold on. If you don't want spoilers, go watch my Vorkath budget bossing video. Otherwise, in my Zora one, I kind of died. And so I just have to reclaim something real quick. Hello? Hey! Oh, I lost my KBD as well. Interesting. There we go. Bam! Isn't he just so cute? Oh my god, you're so cute. So compared to my last 2 budget bossing videos, this one is going to be slightly different. So I read your guys' comments and I'm going to implement some suggestions that you guys suggested from the last 2 budget bossing videos. Now there are a few, but I'll mention them when I actually get to them. But the main one was stats. Obviously, if you're on a 100k budget, you're not going to have 99 of all of this. And I agree, absolutely. For this reason, we're going to be draining my stats or reducing them temporarily throughout the whole time I'm testing each budget to match like the level. So for the first budget, which is 100k, we're going to reduce my levels to around between 50 and 60. And for the second budget, it's going to be around level 75 to 80. And one other thing we're changing out the budgets. So we're going to have the 100k budget, but then we're going to have a 6 mil budget and a secret amount budget that I'm not going to tell you until we get to it. Now this will all make sense once we get to it. So just make sure you watch all the gear setups and then it'll all make sense. I'm interested to know what you guys would use for a 100k and 6 mil budget. So comment down below, let me know what you would use before you go watching my setup. So first, the 100k gear setup. You'll see all this stuff in my inventory. We've got some things to do. So let's tackle the first problem. How am I going to reduce my stats? Well, this is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to drink some brews to get me down to between 50 and 60 mage and range. I actually need 1 more brew dose. So there we go. We've potted our range and mage down to 53. But my defense is 120. That's no good. We need 50 defense. So then we just drink a bunch of Sammy brews. And would you look at that, 55 defense. Now my attack and strength are high, but that's okay because in the 100k budget, we're assuming that you have 50 stats and we're not using melee. So having strength and attack all high doesn't matter. So basically what we're doing, we're trying to mimic being a level 50 or level 50 defense, range, prayer, and mage. But secondly, this method calls for using rejuvenation pools. But you'll know if you drink from this, it restores your stats. How do we get around this? Well, what you do is you top smart, gonna build a restoration pool, then upgrade it to a, and then we're gonna go and upgrade it. You can do that in building mode. Why is the option there then? That's so dumb. And then we go upgrade that to a revitalization pool, and then finally to a rejuvenation pool. Now this pool will restore my stamina, special attack, and my prayer, but not my HP, nor will it restore any of my drained stats. Now that I've explained that stuff, let's get on to the actual gear setup. And by the way, to keep my stats down, you can't flick rapid restore anymore. That used to be able to keep your stats at whatever they were, if they were boosted or reduced, but that doesn't work anymore. So what I'm going to do after each Barrows trip, I'll drink 1 brew dose, and then 3 Zammy brew doses, and that'll reduce my stats back down to like 53 or around 50. Now the first budget, 100,000 monies. So 100k, we're assuming that you have base stats of 50, so you have at least 50 defense, 50 range, 50 mage. And as for prayer, I'll pretend that I have 50 prayer, so once my prayer points drop down to 49, I'll stop using prayer, since then I would have 0 if I only had 50 prayer. Let's get this disgusting gear back in the bank and pull out 100,000 monies. So because you're a noob, I'm gonna hope that you've done Underground Pass and you've got yourself an Ivan staff, because that is very, very useful and is what we're going to be using for the 100k budget. Now since this is more of an investment item, especially at low level, I'm not going to count this towards the cost, since you should probably already have this. But if you don't already have it and you still only have a 100k budget, you can just as easily buy yourself a Slayer's staff, and this method will be exactly the same. So with the Ivan staff, obviously we're going to be casting Ivan Blast, and rather than doing all the DPS calculations as I'm commentating, I've done all the DPS calculations prior to recording, so that I'm not like contradicting myself during the recording. Now, since all the brothers either are all melee or they're Kirill with one mage, they are all very weak to magic, so that's what we're going to be prioritizing for this setup. You might be thinking that's not a lot of runes. You would be right, but you might know why I'm not buying a ton of runes. You'll find out later. We all need lots of fire runes though. Unfortunately, Tome of Fires are like 700k or something, so we're gonna have to buy actual fire runes. Gross. Right, 2,500 fire runes, that should be good. Yes, the Ivan Blast, sorry. So just to put it in perspective, if you don't have the Ivan Staff, you can use Magic Dart with the Slayer Staff, but Ivan's Staff is about 60% more DPS than the Magic Dart with the Slayer Staff. Ivan Blast just does a bit more damage. Now, since they're weak to mage, we don't really need any like actual magic armor, so we're just gonna go for like prayer bonus. Oh my goodness, these prayer bonus items, oh my goodness, I used to rock these back in the day. Hold on, we have to get the Gothic Stole. Oh wait, I lied, Zaros is the best god. Here we go. We've got a mix of gods right here because some of them didn't buy. So someone said Explorer's Ring. I didn't consider using the Explorer's Ring since you required like the diaries for it, but Explorer's Ring's pretty good. Free prayer bonus, and you can AUK if you really need that. Gonna grab that RD Cloak. Now mine is the level 4 diary one, but like even the level 1 cloak is super good. Like lots of prayer bonus and mage bonus, so get that RD tasks diary done and bam, you got yourself a really solid cape. Now this is a good investment. We're gonna get ourselves a Gothic's Book of Balance. Now these god books give like a ridiculous amount of prayer bonus, and that's exactly what we're going for. So that is why we're gonna get it. Give me those pages. I've only got 24k left. That is okay. Hello, how do I claim the book? Complete. I didn't realize I already had it. Oh, whatever. We sacrificed some money for the pages to get ourselves a nice Book of Balance. Pretty sure it's the cheapest book. So now we've got ourselves relatively cheaply 38 prayer bonus. The most expensive thing was this, which was 15k. Grab me some graceful pieces to finish that off. You could buy white boots and gloves, but they're like a couple K and they only give 1 prayer bonus, so it's not really worth it. My goodness, I look so beautiful. I look like a true pure. So Mage will destroy all of the melee Barrows brothers and Kirill, but Arim is going to be a different story entirely. We will be recruiting the magic shortbow once again, and like I said, I thought I said in the last video, but a few people commented, the magic shortbow imbue scroll, it cost 160k, so it's like way out of budget. Otherwise, I would totally get it. And we're not going to be buying D'hide since it doesn't increase your damage with the magic shortbow against Arim a lot, like at all. It increases your DPS by like 10% if I bought like blue D'hide, Vamps, top on legs. Hello Ava, I would like to buy an accumulator. Forgot my arrows again, gosh darn it. I have to hop to buy them. Oops, I hopped to a filthy free-to-play world. Get out of here, gross. The Ava's accumulator is the level 50 accumulator, so we can't use the Ava's assembler. Hello, could I get the Ava's accumulator please? Thank you. So that will be our range switch. Isn't it beautiful? Look at that. Watson, I need you to hold this for me in case I get another elite clue scroll. Thank you. Now this is where another change is going to come in, because I think this will make things a whole lot more accurate. Rather than doing the budget setup until I basically run out of supplies, because typically with the 100k setup, I run out of supplies really quickly because supplies are pretty expensive. This time around, I'm going to be doing this for a flat hour. As I get the loot, I'll be selling enough of it so that I can buy more supplies to keep going for the full hour, but I'll hold on to as much loot as I can. So that way every budget level gets a full hour of testing. So I think that would be a better change. So with that being said, all we need to start for this one is some house teleports. So 3 Barrows teleports then. So I think that's everything. We have 2878 left over, but I'm going to keep that there since you do get coins from Barrows. 52, good enough. I think that's everything. So let me pull up a stopwatch and put it on screen for all of you. Boop. There, can you see it? It's right down here. Perfect, there it is. So with the no more chatting, let's hit that and go bam. Now you'll see we don't actually have any supplies in our inventory. And this is fine, and let's explain. So 1 prayer potion costs 13k, which means 1 dose is like 3k, right? Just over 3k. And 1 Barrows tab is 3k, and a house tab is 500 GP. Its 50 defense might hurt a little bit. So basically, 1 prayer pot dose equals 1 Barrows and teleport to house tab. Meaning, for the same price, you can teleport to someone's house, restore your stats, and then come back. We've come to a problem. Varak likes to hit very hard. Knocked me down to 28 hit points. If I was 50 HP, that would have killed me. I'll tell you what, look, we got a Darok Tunnel. What we're going to do, we're going to buy some wines of Zami. Or not wines of Zami, sorry. We'll buy some wines because they're nice and cheap once we've done this Barrows trip to heal us when Varak destroys us. So it looks like all we need is just a few wines every trip for the Mr. Varak. Technically, I'm down to my last prayer point right now, so I'm just going to flash it, and now Krilla's dead. So now I've ran out of prayer points. So we're gonna house tab, and we're going to drink from the pool of rejuvenation to restore the prayer, and then you just teleport right back to Barrows. This does mean you're using 2 Barrows tabs per trip. We'll be flashing Eagle Eye since, like, if we don't, this might take a while. Eagle Eye is below level 50, right? I have to check what level Eagle Eye actually is because I forgot. And as for reward potential, this has always been a big topic when in Barrows. So basically, get your reward potential after you've killed all of the brothers to about 86%. Try not to go over 86 or 87% because that's when you unlock bolt racks, but get as close to 86% as you can without actually going over 86%. Oh, Darek, I don't want to fight you yet. Darek did just absolutely slay me. That is very embarrassing. And you'll see here, there's a little spot in each of these corner rooms that has an invisible object, and so that you can safe spot stuff. So that is how we will kill Darok if you've ran out of prayer, that is. He has been safe spotted. This is the only way to safe spot a brother in the tunnel. You have to trap it behind the invisible ladder. Looks like I've accidentally got my reward potential to 100% nearly. I think after the first Barrows chest, what we're gonna do, we'll invest in like 1 or 2 prayer potions, and that will be like our emergency, like, I actually need a prayer potion. Give me the loot. Oh, that's a lot of runes. And that is why we didn't need to buy lots of runes, because the Barrows chest gives you plenty of them. Give me the grandest of exchange music. Now, we don't need blood runes, so we can just sell them. Look at that, 45k straight away. We don't need chaos runes, so we're going to sell those as well. 7 minutes, you've made 68k. Easy money. We don't need the mind runes, but we'll just keep those. So I'm going to buy 2 emergency prayer potions in case like Darok or someone comes out of the blue and just smacks me. And also some wines. And they're extremely cheap, and they heal for like 10 GP or 10 GP. They heal for like 10 or 11 health. Splashing out, dude. Yeah, there we go. Alright, let's reduce these stats back down and resume. We'll be chowing down on these wines as soon as he starts hitting. And maybe we'll invest in some actual armor for Varrock when we have the cash. It is below 50 prayer, so I can use Eagle Eye. Unless we get Corel in one of those corner rooms, we're gonna have to take the hit with the prayer pot dose. And just for you newbies, it is extremely worth it to get kill count, so don't skimp on that. My goodness, this 56 defense is really getting to me. The emergency prayer pot has been devoured, or just the 1 dose. I'm taking another dose, I'm at 9 HP. A skeleton could 1-hit me, my goodness. Give me an item, I deserve it. No, how much is a rune plate body these days? There we go, we got some tanking armor, finally. Oh yeah, dude, that rune plate body made a massive difference. He only hit me for like 11 health. We had to use another prayer pot dose, and I get drained immediately, of course. At least I only used 1 dose this chest rather than like 2. Give me everything. Only runes, disgusting. Gonna pot everything back down. 53. Give us everything. Gross. My goodness, the pro strats. I let Darok smack me for like a 20 or 30 before slapping on the Monk Robe top and the Prey melee. Give me all the loot. Gross. Sell all the chaos runes, all the blood runes. Thank you. Right, we have 180k to play with. Alright, we'll might be thinking, why not use proselyte? You totally can, but proselyte only has the defense bonuses of adamant. Should have got a rune kite shield. What am I doing? Oh my goodness, it's fine. I'm kind of surprised that like you're this powerful. Oh, I accidentally put my Oops, I accidentally put my defense to 45. Oh well, that just proves my point even more. It's so surprising that you're still like pretty powerful at like such low level. Like, I'm still doing this at a solid pace. Oops, I totally forgot to buy the amethyst arrows that I need against a rim. That's pretty important. I ran out of energy just as I got to the chest, so if you've got low agility, you might No, my chaos runes! No! Also, if you think I'm cheating because I've got 99 agility, Corel takes care of that by reducing it down to like 20. So, yeah. Ew, that's a very bare chest. Look at this dude, he's got some upgrades and a half. He's got like Darok Infinity Boots. I totally forgot about the Mage Cape, but prayer bonus is good. Oh snap, we ran out of fire runes. At least we didn't run out at like a crucial time. Get that rune kite shield on. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm gonna go loot that chest real quick and then we'll be done. Budget Barrows vid, you saw nothing, which we haven't killed Varrock because we couldn't because we're bad. Alright, so now typically what I would do is dump everything in the GE which I bought and all the loot combined and just look at the price check after the fact. But we're not gonna do that this time because someone, or a lot of people kindly and very smartly, smart boys, pointed out that when I buy stuff and then I sell it, I might be getting merged by like 5 or 10% of the price, which can add up. So in which case, this is everything we have. So we started with 100k and we ended with all of this, which totals to a grand price of 600k. Hold on, how many chests did we do? So we did 4727 to 47 3, 6. So we did 9 chests. Just so you guys know, I'm going to drop some hard math on you real quick. So the effective drop rate of getting any Barrows item is 1 in 14.57. So because I did 9 chests and it's 1 in 14.57 to get a Barrows item, I effectively got 61.7% of a Barrows item. So what I'm going to do is do 61.7% times the average value of all of the Barrows items, 648k. But because we only did 9 chests, we would have only got 61.7% of that. So 648k times 0.671. So we multiply that and we get 399k. So on average, with the 100k budget, I would have got 900k profit. So I would have ended with 1 mil inside of this price check if I got a Barrows item. So yeah, also bear in mind, I have Mauritania hard diaries done, meaning I get 50% more runes. Meaning if I was going to get 60 blood runes from a chest, the hard diary makes it so that I get 90 blood runes instead, so I get 50% more. For the second setup, we have a 6 mil budget, but we're assuming we have a base 75 stats, so I will be reducing my stats again down to between like level 75 and 85. I'll try to go close to 75. And again, we have a 6 mil budget. Now I'm about to pull a sneaky on you. So you're thinking 6 mil? Well, he's just gonna like buy a blowpipe and a trident, right? Actually, you're partially right. Toxic trident and no blowpipe. Let me explain. So there is some math behind this, so bear with me. So with 6 mil we have 2 options, the normal trident and a blowpipe, or just the toxic trident. And it works out better to actually get a toxic trident and no blowpipe. A toxic trident is 0.6 DPS better than the normal trident against all the melee Barrows brothers, which there are 5 of, including Corel, which means you're getting 0.6 times 5, so 3 DPS better. Whereas if you bought a blowpipe solely for a rim, it is only 1.1 DPS better than a magic shortbow, and obviously you're only killing 1 rim per round. So if I bought a blowpipe, I'm only getting a DPS increase of 1.1, whereas if I buy this, I'm getting a DPS increase of 3, or 0.6, but across 5 brothers, so 3 DPS total. That kind of surprised me too, because when I planned to make the 6 mil budget, it was solely to buy a blowpipe, but nope, it's better to get a toxic trident, so that's a nice change. But I'll also mention, at level 75 mage, Iron Blast is still like an amazing choice. This is only 0.6 DPS better than Iron Blast, so arguably if you wanted to save money, then you should still be using Iron Blast until you get like 80 or 85 mage. But because we have a 6 mil budget, we're buying the best we can. Because we bought that toxic trident, it's kind of running low on supplies. So need the cold necklace, got the magic shortbow. Pull out the assembler. Since you're level 75, you can use that. Now that we have 75 defense, or we're going to pretend we have 75 defense, so we're just going to buy full proselyte and just rock with that. If you don't have these books unlocked, by the way, you can just buy a brutal shield. It gives the same prayer bonus, and so that's all we're using it for, really. Alrighty, we've depleted the cash stack. So this is the setup this time around. We've got 1.4k left, perfect. Also, since you're using a trident, it will be worth, even at 75 mage, boosting your mage with a magic pot, because they're very cheap. So to imitate this, when I reduce my level, I'm going to try to reduce it to like 80. Same tactic, we're going to assume I have 75 prayer, so once I have 24 prayer points, I'll pretend that I have 0 and stop using prayer. And in case you're wondering, Void Mage does like next to nothing here. Like, these guys' mage defenses are so low that even Void just isn't worth it. Okay, so I actually need a good first chest. Otherwise, I'm gonna go bankrupt. I guess I can sell the blood runes to get some extra charges. The main thing is the charges for this damn trident. Arim, please don't hurt me too bad. I ran out of everything. Thank you, you're very kind. Gimme. I sold the blood runes, we got some upgrades, bought some more tabs, and I bought some more and bought some d'hide, but we're starting to run. Actually, we got like 2 chests worth of charges in the trident. My goodness, Krill, you kind of ripped through me, but the wines came in strong, did all the healing. I still need good chests. That's a good chest right there. That's a lot of runes. I'm really super interested to see the ending price check with this method, because like it's so much more expensive with the trident, and like the loot is still the same, and I'll probably get like 1 or 2 extra chests. Give me that good chest, otherwise it's gonna be bankrupt. That's a good chest. There's lots of runes in there. I'm waiting. Can I like get a Barrows item? That'd be pretty cool if I could get a Barrows item. I mean, I should. Yeah. There's one honorable mention that I never mentioned, obviously. The Black Salamander requires level 70, and it's not even as powerful as like Slayer Dart, level 50 mage, so yeah. Give me a Barrows. Looking at the time, I could probably only do like 1 more chest, so if you would like to give you some real juicy loot, that would be appreciated. So I'm gonna call it there. We've got 59 minutes on the clock. Final chest. Got a whole lot of nothing. And I am, well, how many chests did I get? So before I got my first chest, my KC was 4736, and now I'm at 4747, which means I got 10 whole chests. Now I got 11 chests. Quick maths. So I got 2 extra chests. Really? 2 extra? With this gear? I guess the occult necklace. Okay, I got 2 extra chests in 1 minute less time than the previous setup. So this might not be amazingly more damage, but because I had 75 prayer, I didn't have to go to my house to restore my prayer points halfway through the trip. Like I didn't do that once because I could just tank with the jugs of wine with the defense and the proselyte. So that's where the 2 extra chests came from. So 11 chests rather than 9. That is everything. Didn't buy prayer potions or anything. So I believe last time I went from 100k to 599k, meaning I made 499k profit. This time I went from 6 mil to 6.4. Yikes. Yeah, I got the trident for a good price as well. I got the trident for 8k cheaper than it's showing here. So I didn't get a Barrows item last time, didn't get a Barrows item this time, but I made less money. I made 60k less money, but I got 2 extra chests. You get more chests, but you make slightly less. I think I sold like probably 4 or 5 worth of blood runes and some chaos runes to pay for Zora scales to charge the trident. So that's where that went. 42 is the best one, right? So don't get this twisted. The Trident of the Swamp, Trident of the Swamps. The Toxic Trident is amazing. It's a good staff, right? It's just when you unlock it at level 75 Mage, it just isn't that good since it scales with your max hit with it scales with your mage level. If you have base 75 stats, then I would either use a Trident of the Seas, because it's like almost as cheap as an Iban staff, and it's slightly better, but don't use the Trident of the Toxic Trident. It just isn't worth it. The Zora scale cost just isn't worth it at all. But yeah, we did get 11 chests. So doing the quick math, same as before, with the previous setup, with 9 chests an hour, you would get an average of 399k extra money from Barrows items. But with this setup, with 11 chests an hour, you're getting 489k extra money from Barrows items. So the extra cost is almost offset by the fact that you've done more chests, therefore you'll have more chance at a Barrows item. The more chests an hour was way more attributed to the higher defense, meaning I didn't have to bank halfway through the trip, saving time, therefore leading to more chests. So some last remarks before we move on to the final setup. I would advise that once you have an Iban staff or a Trident of the Seas, then you should prioritize getting some good defense armor to tank stuff so that you can do 1 chest per trip. There's not a lot of optimizations you can do unless you have really high mage, which just use a Trident because Tridents are better as you get a higher mage. Now for the final budget. So this is going to be the final setup. Yeah, so let me just explain what's going on here. So Barrows is a very unique sort of boss slash minigame because basically the only thing that matters is that you have magic and some way to kill a rim. After that, it's basically just whatever you can pour your money into upgrades. And so I thought, since there's no way I can cover every single gear setup in this video, so I've shown you the level 50 setup, a level 75 setup, and now this is just the best of the best. You cannot get any better than this. Unless you bring like Pegasians, but it's not really worth it. But let's open up a stopwatch and I'll get started, and then I'll continue talking about this setup. Got 40 of those. Yep, I'm on this spell book for some reason, not sure why. Oh wait, I need to charge this, of course. Oops, I put 2,000 charges. All right, so 2,000 charges are inside the staff. So how much is this setup, I hear you ask? Well, it's ridiculous amount. So this is basically max other than the fire cape. My nice cheese max cape, because I didn't get the Inferno cape yet. So allegedly, we got 281 mil in this section right here, but we also have 3 items here. The 538 mil plus all of the charges inside the blowpipe and the Sanguinity staff. And so with the blowpipe, as much as you'd think, oh, you're using max gear, well, no, because it's not really worth using dragon darts for Barrows. Just use adamant, they're the best value. So heckin', let's do it. Stopwatch, go. Wait, I made an oopsie. Hold on. They updated this so it teleports you right in front of the altar, which is quicker than using a house, but this altar that this teleports you to doesn't restore your stats. So when Kirill drains your agility, it will stay drained. That's why we're not going to be using that. Otherwise, you would use that because it's pretty good otherwise. Alright, sorry. Stopwatch, go. Let's go. Whee! So this gear setup is very much the same in concept as the other ones. Use this staff because it's best DPS, and you're going to be utilizing the imbued heart so that you can hit disgusting. I say that as I hit a 3 and then a 0. And I don't have like eternal boots or an arcane because mage accuracy just really doesn't matter. It's such an afterthought at Barrows. So anything that gives magic damage is what you're going for. Otherwise you just ignore it because it's extra switches which won't do a lot. The imbued heart is like one of the best upgrades you can invest in. So then we got Kirill here, who we're gonna, oh okay, we got a tunnel. But if you've got Kirill, well, we'll show you later, we'll destroy him. 42! My goodness. We must save our special attack for Arim. I mean, for Kirill. And because you kill everything so quickly, you probably won't even run out of prayer points by the time you fight the last brother in the tunnel. Good night, Kirill. This setup, oh my goodness. Get kill count when it's convenient. For this setup, I'm just going to kill 3 skeletons with the blowpipe and salve amulet. Then you zoom on in, loot the stuff. All of that should go directly into my pouch. It did indeed. And then you just teleport to your house. And look at that. We've done a chest in under, or just about 3.5 minutes. Hey, look, bolt racks. I don't want those. Chest number, I'm not sure. And the next chest. That's a hunky chunky amount of runes, thanks. I should really check like what chest I'm on, just so I know like how many chests an hour I might be able to do, maybe. Hello, I'm here for my 7th chest or something. Why can't I get an item? I should definitely get an item and an elite by the end of this video, or else I cree ever so slightly. Is that chest number? Hui, look at elite clue scroll. I will not be stopping the hour to go and like do that or anything. Well, that's nice. At least we've got one of those. Hello, there's something loud outside, but can I get an item? Gosh darn it. Woo. What did you get, dude? I missed it. You must have got something good. Well, that's the closest I've come to dying this whole time. 20 HP. Kirill tore me up because I had no prayer left. 93% reward points. Yeah. Why no item? We've only got like just over 15 minutes left of this hour. Look at this beast. What's he wearing? He's wearing Armadale. My goodness. Untrimmed 99 range Armadale Robin Hood hat. What the heck sort of stuff is that? I don't know, but can I get, it's the 13th chest. And we get a whole lot of nothing. Get safe spotted, nerd. No smacking 76s on me. The NPC Dark, pretty sure his max hit is like pretty terrible, but I don't know. Got way too many reward potentials. That's okay though. Gimme. Bolt racks. No items. But why? But why? A slice. I think we'll probably do one more chest, then call it quits. Oh, kabam. No items again. I'm gonna be so disappointed. Get 3 hit Mr. Torag, and that'll. Hey, look at that. We got an item at the very last chest. Awesome. Alright, well, that will conclude that. Let's go and review and summarize basically how to do Barrows, kind of. Grand Exchange music, me. Perfect. Okay, so what have we learned? We have what the heck, Mr. Fly, hello. What we've learned is, I'll go over this setup first since it's fresh in our minds. How much are Varroc's helm worth? 150k gross. I guess we'll start with how much this setup actually cost to, like use. So let me just calculate that real quick. So the cost of using this gear for the entire hour was 2.5 potions of these, so I got 54k, and then 408 charges of the staff, which is 1,200 blood runes. It's already pretty hefty. Didn't use that much from the blowpipe since I was only using it against a rim. So 320 scales and 99 darts. So I used 18 Barrows tabs, but then I messed up at the start and had to go back to the bank to make more space. So actually, you would have only used 17. The total cost per hour of using this setup is 675k. Which is like, damn, that's expensive, man. Yeah, it is. And you could significantly reduce that by using a Trident of the Seas. You would lose a couple max hits, but like, it costs 3 times less, or like 4 times less to use a Trident rather than this. Otherwise, there's nowhere else you could really, that would really save you a lot of money. Blowpipe is just really good against a rim. And then you can substitute out claws for a DDS, of course, or any sort of spec weapon that's just going to get rid of Kirill very quickly. And now, let me get rid of the cost, get this disgusting cost out of the way. Let's see how much loot did we actually get. So we got the Varroc's helm, some bolt racks, we got the coins that I started picking up once I had room, and then all of these runes, this rune pouch was empty before I started doing Barrows. So yeah, all of these runes are from Barrows. So now I think about it, the blood runes I got back would have covered the cost for this staff. I can't. Sanguine Testy staff. There we go. So our total loot. So 675k cost with a grand total of 1.5 mil, which leaves us with 817k profit. We did 17 chests in that 1 hour. That is pretty good. And I was like, yeah, I'll get between 15 and 20. Got 17 chests in like 1 hour, 1 minute. Hello, editing Jakey here. throughout this little hot second of the video, I did a miscalculation. I said I would get 86% of a Barrows item because I did 17 chests. That is wrong. I would get 1.16 times a Barrows item, so 116%. So 1.16 times 600k, which is the average value of a Barrows item, is actually 696k added to the loot I'm showing on screen, and then minus the supplies. Also, you're getting really good elite rates. That's like 1 elite every 2 hours, and it's not dangerous because it's like outside the wilderness. So yeah, if you're hunting elites, then obviously use the best gear, kill everything the fastest because that's why you're there. Otherwise, you love my vids, thanks. Otherwise, if you're doing this for pure profit, use a trident, use a blowpipe or a Krill's crossbow, that's perfectly fine, and then like a DDS or just some sort of melee spec weapon to kill Krill very fast, and then you'll be like extremely effective. In regards to magic armor, this applies to all setups. If it doesn't give you magic damage, as in all of these pieces of armor, if you look at the magic damage percent, all of these give a bit of magic damage percent. If it doesn't give you magic damage, then don't worry about it. Hence why I don't have any eternal boots or a seer's ring or like an arcane spirit shield or whatever. Same thing with range, I'm only bringing stuff that actually gives me extra damage rather than extra accuracy, so no Pegasian boots, and it means I can switch less, which is nice. Can you hit me from 99 HP? Yes. Wee. This man wants to get 99 heat points on me. We're gonna pull a sick prank on him though. Oh, we hit a 0. Oh, we hit another 0. Oh my goodness, he keeps hitting zeros. You suck. I'm even wearing robes now, he still can't hit me. Yay! Thanks, man. You're welcome. Congrats. Great videos too, thanks. So yeah, like I said, so normally with these videos, I wouldn't just at the end, I wouldn't just do an absurdly, like, you've got a max main with like 500 mil to splash on gear. But with Barrows, there's basically only one setup, which is just have a trident or some mage weapon, and then everything else is kind of optional. So a TLDR of this video basically is me no have 300k as a full battles. Alright, sorry. TLDR of this video. If you are under 75 mage, use Iban's Blast. Even when you get to 75 mage, just keep using Iban Blast until like 77 mage, unless you can boost your mage above 75, in which case use a trident. So once you're above 75 mage, use a trident, because Iban and trident are about the same DPS at level 75. So I'd say get a trident of the seas, then an occult necklace, then an imbued heart, then everything else is kind of optional. So then get those and then get a blowpipe, but everything else is extremely optional. The main thing is a range weapon, a DDS to kill Corel, and a mage weapon. Also, I'll note that if your melee stats aren't amazing, you're probably just better off tridenting Corel. So yeah, I think this covered Barrows pretty extensively, and I think that's about it. I don't want to ramble on for too long because these videos get way too long as it is. I saw some of you guys interested in some Don't Starve Together videos. How would you find that? Would you find that fun to watch? I might start introducing one non-RuneScape video a month or so. See how that works. Let me know what you think about that. And also, what boss am I going to do next? I think the next video you guys are going to get is a Road to Bloodhound, since I have 2 elites, and I'll get 10 master clues for that video. Otherwise, what boss are we doing next? I've heard a lot. I think Hydra is a pretty hot one. Doesn't mean I'll need to get a Hydra task though, because Hydra genuinely does have quite a few setup variations. You can blowpipe, you can lance it, you can, yeah. And I've taken your guys' feedback with adjusting the budgets of each setup. So I think throughout all of this series, I'll always keep the 100k budget, but depending on the context and the scenario and the boss, I'll change up the other 2 budgets, or for something like Sarah. You could probably do it with the rune crossbow, but it won't be too fun. Yeah, so let me know what boss you want to see next, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Stay safe, and I will see you in a Road to Bloodhound, maybe.